Ahead of each U.S. general election, the two main political parties, Democrats and Republicans, select one individual each to compete for the Oval Office. Candidates for president are chosen through two systems, caucuses and primaries. Both do the same task, selecting delegates to represent their states at the party's national convention. The main difference is who runs them. Caucuses are run by political parties, and primaries are run by the state. Caucuses were the original method for selecting a candidate, but most states now hold primaries because the state pays for it rather than the party. There are two main types of primaries, open primaries and closed primaries. In a closed primary, only registered party members are able to vote in their own party's primary. For example, a voter registered as a Democrat can vote only in the Democratic primary, and a Republican can only vote in a Republican primary. Whereas in an open primary, anyone can cast a ballot without declaring party affiliation. Voters can only vote in one primary, and usually do so by going to a polling station to cast a ballot. The ballot will either list candidate names or delegate names. If the ballot lists delegate names, voters often choose a delegate who has voiced support for the candidate they support, though delegates can remain uncommitted. At caucuses, registered voters will meet at a location to choose delegates. Caucus goers divide into groups, showing their support for their preferred presidential candidate. If a candidate doesn't receive 15% of the vote, they are considered non-viable. And supporters of that candidate must join another group or convince supporters of another candidate to join their group. After a discussion, a vote is taken to determine how many delegates are pledged to vote for the various candidates in their national conventions.
41-42.
In both primaries and caucuses, the way the delegates are pledged can differ by party. Democrats use a proportional method, meaning each candidate is awarded a number of delegates in proportion to their support in the state, caucuses, or primary. For Republicans, states choose between either a proportional method or a winner-takes-all method. Under the winner-takes-all method, the candidate with the most votes from a state's caucus or primary gets all of that state's delegates. At each party's national convention, the candidate with the support of the majority of delegates wins the presidential nomination. Thanks for watching Global News. If you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking national and international news stories, be sure to subscribe to our channel.